Oh, the gall of this person to disrespect Akira Toriyama's final work in this world. We have Kazuhiko Torishima. Now, I should not give him any respect for what he did, but I will tell you his accolades. He was responsible for creating Android 18, Cell, because without him, that's one of his chief accolades. Without him, a lot of the Cell saga would not have happened. A lot of the Android saga would not have happened. It would have only been a one-shot with Dr. Gero and Android 19. And yeah, okay, he's good at bouncing ideas and being a wall to bounce ideas off of to Akira Toriyama. That's essentially what he did as an editor. But sometimes people get way too arrogant, way too up on themselves, right? They start smelling themselves, right? That's what grandparents used to say. When you start getting a little bit arrogant, when you get a little bit older, you get to that teenage, oh no, you're just smelling yourself, you're cocky, right? And this motherfucker comes out his mouth talking about Akira Toriyama's final work. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, oh, he said Dragon Ball Daima sucks, and I don't like Dragon Ball Daima, so I agree with him. Oh, you want to hop on his bandwagon? Oh, he got you Dragon Ball Super clowns too, you Dragon Ball Super glazers, because he said, oh no, I'd rather have a Vegeta story instead of starting up Dragon Ball Super again. A little bit of paraphrase, but that's essentially what he said. So before you jump on his bandwagon, he didn't care about Dragon Ball Super either. He dunked on everything that Akira Toriyama worked on in the last days of his life. The amount of disrespect needs to be studied, and I feel like this person should be blackballed in the anime and manga industry just for coming out his mouth and saying that. The disrespect. He doesn't even work with Shueisha anymore, but I wouldn't put it past him to still be caping for them because they're pissed off that they don't have their grubby little hands on Dragon Ball anymore. They want to pimp it out. They want to put it in Disneyland. They want to put it on everything. They want to just completely pimp out Dragon Ball. And Akio Yoku is the only one trying to make sure that Dragon Ball is remaining faithful to itself, to its roots, to what it is supposed to be. And I feel like Dragon Ball Daima is a test of who the real Dragon Ball fans are and who the fake ones are, who are the tourists in the Dragon Ball community that just came here because they saw a TikTok edit of a Dragon Ball Z fight, but they never really knew about the story of Goku from Dragon Ball all the way up till now. They don't know. They just know a couple of things that happened in Z. They know the core points of what happened in the Frieza saga, Buu saga, Cell saga, all that, and Dragon Ball Super, but they don't know the core of the story. Right? So Dragon Ball Daima, it recaptures that. Yeah, it turns everyone into kids. They did that in GT. I don't like that they did in GT. Okay, look, we've established you don't have the attention span to enjoy the slower parts of the story that build up to the action later on, because Dragon Ball GT did the same thing. Started out with the hunt for the Dragon Balls arc across the galaxy. Of course, people can't handle a good slice of life and the comedy that Dragon Ball is also associated with. They just want the laser light show and the hair transformations. And again, I like that part too. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying, oh, I detest the fighting, I detest the transformations and the world universe ending attacks. No, but I love the core of the storytelling too. I love everything. I love when all the ingredients are included. These people who just want to come up here for the shonen battle, I hate those fake fans. They don't really care about it. And to think that an editor who is supposed to have his hands in helping create this, it's just disgusting that they would have that close of a relationship with Akira Toriyama. Maybe I'm misspeaking. Maybe it was just a job thing. Maybe they weren't friends. Maybe he was just like, oh, I'm just tossing ideas. Who knows? But you would like to think that he would have a close bond with this person that made him all this money, right? Because he made billions. Like, Dragon Ball is so big that the economy of Japan relies on it. Is that big, okay? Too big. If too big to fail were a thing, it would be Dragon Ball, right? Worldwide. To think that this thing made you that much money and you want to be disrespectful for a character like Vegeta, which I could go on and on about Vegeta. Like, he finished his good character arc in GT. He came off of the Kakarot thing, trying to chase after him forever, and he said, nah, I'm an Earthling. I'm a Saiyan on Earth, a proud Saiyan of Earth. Yeah, it was a little bit of Goku in there, but no, he lived there. He quit trying to follow Goku. He became his own man, training to protect his family and all that, and he had grown. He had actually grown, and it completed his character arc. And then, of course, Super came around, and in order to keep things going, they jumped the shark and basically rebooted all that and tried to do it again. It's like, no. Now, Daima didn't really do that. Like, he showed up with Super Saiyan 3, and it caused a whole bunch of problems, whether you're talking about GT or Dragon Ball Super. But I digress, right? If you don't like Daima, and I get it, everyone can say they can have their favorite parts of something, but if you just specifically don't like the slow parts of Daima, you just don't like storytelling, you don't like actual character development or world building or anything like that, you're a fake anime fan. You just like action scenes, and you saw the flashy lights of anime, and you thought that this was your thing, and you came over here and you're a tourist. You would just be just as content watching any old action movie, any old martial arts movie, but you are not built for this anime thing. You're not. Now, Torishima, he no longer works. I did my research. He no longer works with Shueisha or Jump, but I wouldn't put it past him to still have strong ties and to be upset at Akira Toriyama, and anyone who has strong ties to Shueisha, they're gonna try to dunk on whatever they put out because they can't get their money off of it. That's what this really is, right? Toei, Shueisha just being upset. Oh, he's got the anime rights. Oh, he's got the game rights. He's got the merchandise rights. We can't make money off of this. F him. That's why all the news for everything is just so dry. They don't care. Toei and Shueisha have tried to like low-key separate themselves from Dragon Ball because they can't make $1 off of it anymore. They didn't really like show any respect at the passing of Akira Toriyama. They were really dry about that because the money is gone. Because they're being contested on the money that they can make. Kind of shows you how much they really cared about everything, and it hurts to think about that. It's like watching Marvel all over again. When the moment that Stan Lee left, the truth came out, like the truth of how people really thought of him and how much they respected his work. And it's disgusting to see the same thing to a degree happen to Dragon Ball. Now I hope that Akira Toriyama keeps fighting, because I do not want to see Dragon Ball pimped out or destroyed. I don't want to see Disney get their disgusting little hands on it. That's all things that Shueisha wants to do. That's everything that they want to do. And to see the disrespect now that they're getting venomous, they can't make their money, and a guy like Torishima tarnishes his legacy to come out and say anything negative about this franchise, to put food on his table. That put food on the tables of the economy, the entire economy of Japan, and you got the audacity to come out and disrespect it. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. I will follow up with anything else that I hear about this. But honestly, I don't want to see anything else Vegeta related. It's always like the Vegeta Glazers. Like I definitely was a Vegeta fan at one point with the whole GT thing and him kind of just coming down and changing and like maturing as a character. And I didn't even mind the way he got Super Saiyan 4. I was like, good, go ahead. He earned it. Even though he's using a machine, he earned it. But let me know what you think in the comment section. You know, hit that subscribe button, enable all notifications. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.